Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another video. Today is not quite a Marvel Monday. Actually, it's not at all a Marvel Monday. We're going over sports because yesterday was the last day of the NFL season. And we're going over the playoffs. So, we have on ESPN a bracket challenge, which I'm going to fill out two different versions of for you. One, which is how I think the playoffs will go, and then one which is how I hope the playoffs will go. Now, we start with the bracket. Over here, we have the Ravens, who have the bye in the AFC. We start with Texans-Browns. Now, this is a interesting matchup. The Texans have the home field advantage. CJ Stroud's had a great year. Possible rookie of the year at quarterback for the Texans. But the Browns have really clicked in late. Not that the Texans haven't been doing well on the way out, except for that last game against the Bengals where they sat some players. I just don't know if the Browns or Texans, I don't know who's good enough in this game to win. I think they're both good, but it seems like a really evenly matched game, actually, for me. This is a tough pick. I'm going to go Browns because I really want to see Joe Flacco versus Ravens. I know this is the prediction side. That's actually how that works. No, that's definitely not how that works. It's not going to be them anyway. In the next matchup, we have Chiefs versus Dolphins. The Chiefs have been really good at beating themselves this year because they like to drop the ball when Patrick Mahomes hits a wide receiver's hands. But the Dolphins also struggle beating good teams. Now, it's the Chiefs. It's the playoffs. Am I going to pick against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid? No. I really don't think I can. I don't think I can cheer against... Not cheer. I will be cheering against... I can't watch the game because it's on streaming only, which is great. But I think I am picking against the Dolphins. I'll pick the Chiefs here. Bills, Steelers. The Steelers are not a team that have convinced me in the games I've watched of them. I don't really know how they're winning a lot of games, if I'm honest. I think the Bills are good enough to beat the Steelers. I don't think they are the second best team in the AFC, but they're definitely good enough to beat the Steelers, and they'll move forward. We'll pop over to the NFC where we have the bye with the 49ers. Buccaneers, Eagles. The Buccaneers have won the worst division in the NFL, but the Eagles have stumbled to the end of the regular season. Jalen Hurts has an injury on his throwing hand, which I never like with a quarterback. A.J. Brown got banged up. Their defense is banged up. Buccaneers at home, I think they beat the Eagles, which is kind of nuts to think about. But I think we get Buccaneers into the second round. Lions, Rams. Now, we have another 3-6 matchup, which I think is going to be a good game, good close game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense. The Lions' defense is probably the worst defense coming into the playoffs. I have not looked that up. It's either them or the Packers, in my opinion. But I think the Rams, Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Nakua, I like that team. I think the Rams win this and move on to the next round. Cowboys, Packers. I don't see the Packers being nearly good enough to beat the Cowboys. I believe the Cowboys are undefeated at home this year, and I don't think they lose as the 2 seed. Again, uncertain if the Cowboys are the true second best team in the NFC, kind of like the Bills for me, but I think definitely good enough to beat the 7 seed. I don't think the 7 seeds have come into the playoffs this year quite good enough to compete. So, in the divisional round, we have Ravens, Browns. From what I've seen from this Ravens team so far this year, I don't see the Browns putting up a competition. And frankly, the Texans in my bracket would have been playing the Ravens as well. And I don't see the Ravens losing to the Texans either. I just don't see them struggling in the second round. Bills, Chiefs. I think this is the year that Josh Allen and the Bills finally overcome the Chiefs. They're at home, which will be Patrick Mahomes' first road playoff game, non-Super Bowl. And I just don't. I don't think the Chiefs are good enough this year to really take on the Bills. Go over to the NFC for the divisional round. We have 49ers Rams. Again, kind of like in the AFC, I don't see the 49ers losing in the first round. I like this Rams team, but not enough to beat the 49ers. Cowboys Buccaneers. I don't want to pick the Cowboys here, but I don't see the Buccaneers being good enough to do anything against that Cowboys offense. So unfortunately, I'm putting 1-2, 1-2. And I don't really typically like to do that in brackets because I know that's heavily unlikely. But it's the NFL, and we all know the color scheme of the Super Bowl is already purple and red. I don't know why that's black. So I'm going Ravens, 49ers in the Super Bowl. And frankly, ending out the year, I think the Ravens have it. At the start of the year, I thought the 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl. But now I am leaning towards the Ravens. So that is my bracket in the serious what I actually think will happen bracket. Now, in the what I want to happen bracket, which changes a few things. We'll keep the Browns. I'd rather see the Browns win. We switch to the Dolphins here. In this, I think the Dolphins beat I want the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. I would love the Dolphins to beat the Ravens. And I would love the Browns to beat the Bills. I think this is an incredibly fun AFC Championship game where I want the Dolphins to move forward. NFC side will change a few things up over here as well. This game can stay. This game, Lions. This game can stay. This game, Lions. That game, we'll switch the Buccaneers out, and we'll go Lions. Actually, I think that's a more fun game. But we go Lions. I think Lions-Dolphins would be one of the most exciting Super Bowls. There would be little to no defense with the injuries with the Dolphins currently have on defense. And it would just be a track meet the entire day. I think this would be an incredibly fun game, and I'd be rooting for the Dolphins. I can't lie. But I have no faith that that's going to happen at all, so we'll flip everything back for us for our actual final here. Bang and bang. So there is the completed bracket. I don't think this is right because I don't like having both number one seeds in the Super Bowl, let alone having only the 1s and 2s in the conference championship games. Let me know where you agree and disagree with my bracket in the comments down below. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.